Hey everybody, Bonez here, Bonez Garage, just bringing you update what's going on at the garage. So, 2013 Ford Mustang GT 5.0 Coyote. We are fixing the exhaust system. Everything on the exhaust system was loose. It was leaking exhaust fumes from almost every single joint. We were also leaking from the headers. They were both loose. They had blown out the gaskets, everything got loose, it was blowing exhaust everywhere, and I can show you that right here on the starter. That's a stream of exhaust, that's a stream of exhaust, and then there's a little bit right on the front side of it that was blowing out directly onto the starter. Luckily, it wasn't driven enough to melt the starter, I should say, so we got lucky with that. We don't have to replace it. But if you look up here, this is where the starter would sit. That is where the headers were leaking out of the head. And you can even see some of the exhaust leak at the bottom of each of those ports for the header. So we had bad exhaust leaks on both of these. We have now fixed this and we're putting it back together. The next thing we found is his motor mounts, which mount right over there, were bad. I mean, really bad. This one was pretty bad. You can see it's separating. The sleeve is separating from the rubber here. So the motor would actually pop out and then drop back down. This one is even worse than the other one. You can actually see how separate, how much it's separated and how far up the mount has come onto the rubber. So we got new motor mounts for it, and that's these right there. And these are really nice, made by BMR. They do a real nice job. These things are really strong, and you can change the height of the motor with the washers on here. So really nice setup for this car. It really works well. The next thing we're also doing is the rear upper control arm, that right there. We're going to be replacing that with an adjustable upper control arm. And the reason for that is this thing has an air ride. As you can see, there's the airbag there. The pinion is not at the right angle at ride height. And what it's doing is, if you look up there, that bushing right up there, you can see how it's towards the back of the car, going that way. It should be centered. It's actually destroying the bushing, because as you raise and lower the car, the pinion not being in the right angle is actually pulling that bushing and control arm backwards. So we're going to get an adjustable to set the pinion at the correct angle. And this is a really nice setup on this car. He's got a Watts link in here, which keeps the rear end centered under the car. And what normally you would have a panhard bar, so you'd mount up over here and mount up way back here for your differential. And the panhard bar allows the axle to stay in the center. But as the axle goes up and down, it goes up and down on a sideways curve. So it goes this way. Plus, as it goes up and down, it's going up and down like this. So once again, it's curving front to back. The Watts link takes that sideways angle out. So as you go up and down, you don't have that angle anymore. It keeps the rear end completely centered as it's going up and down. So you don't get that wiggle in the rear end as you hit bumps. We already have BMR lower control arms on, which is really good system. Front air ride, and we're probably going to do a few more little odds and ends to this car. But she's coming out really well. We have everything out. We're getting everything done. When we get the car back down on the ground, I'll show you the top side. Alrighty guys, have fun. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.